Welcome back to the walkabout. So we have now successfully met Muriel, and we picked up, and we'll put it on, Flame Cleanse Me, a super useful spell that we are going to super usefully use. First things first, we can have a look up here. Why is that number 2? Where's number 1? This is there we go. Oh, we probably want to keep that there. No, we don't need that there anymore. So let's have a look up here. We're now coming up the top of Liurnia. And there's not a lot up here. Just to show you, there are vast sections of this map that seem to have bugger all. There's very probably going to be a painting up here, and that's about it. But if you look down there, we're going to go into that area. But for the moment, we are doing nothing up here. And so you kind of wonder, what's this army doing? Where are these guys going? Why are they up here? Anyway, we are not going to lose sleep over that. What we're going to do instead is come down and around. We're not going through there. We're going to go down this way. We're going to go around the bottom. And down here, past all the fire monks. Straight ahead, and you can see the glistens of a grace. Macbeth is always driven by grace. Now, this whole area is something we are going to come back to. So before we do, let us now come in here. We want left side chamber. And we are going to go and get our great rune for killing Godric. All right, so this is the area we came to first of all. And you might remember... when we first came here that it was chockers and we avoided it all. We didn't touch it. And the large reason why we didn't is that we sort of didn't need to. So now we're going to go through and we're going to kill everyone in this castle. Men, women, children, they're all going to die. Remember, the barrels are all full of gunpowder. These guys have got flamethrowers, precisely because the barrels are all full of gunpowder. You can let your mimic do a bit of bashing. He's doing a good job. Still shooting at us. Someone somewhere is shooting at us. Hard to see at night, but, you know, we'll survive. Alright, now that you've done all that, pick up all your little bits and pieces. You'll probably grab a pike. You might get some of their armor. Which is meh. If you want to do an exile cosplay, great, but otherwise not that good. So we're coming down here to the south, and you can see the entrance. When we come in here, I like to use Rotten Breath because we've just got a ton of rats, and hitting them all is a pain in the bum. So I'm going to put that one on. That way I get FP back for killing things. Really? Is that heavier? Okay, alright, it's a little heavy. It looks like we need to go and get ourselves a particular talisman. Okay, so first of all, drop the stone sword key in there. Sorry about the throat. We're going to grab this wonderful prayer book for for awful sort of god spells. Godslayer seal to give you a boost to those god spells, but unfortunately they're just not that great, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Grab the golden rune 4, and now what we've got is a bit of a gank, and we want to make sure we get rid of all these guys who are all pointing ballistas at the front gate where we want to be. Alright, don't worry about them. We want to mainly worry about the ones that are going to hit us when we drop down. We got all them. And usually, there's one with a torch that'll come up here. Here he is. We've still got one up there, have we? I thought I got them all. Is there a sneaky one? Yep, there's a sneaky one. Look at that. Dude. All that's done is get your mates to come up. And I can't see them because it's dark. So I'm just R3ing. That's going to tell me if there are enemies coming up. There's one. Now he's probably going to follow us. He looks like he's keen. He's walking though. He's obviously not that keen. Open this up. So no matter what happens, you've now got access to that front gate where we met Herbert. And we've already got that grace, so that's good. Grab this and grab this grace, but don't rest at it because it resets all of the ballistas. I mean, I want to reset all the ballistas. So this is a giant gank, and there's actually nothing here. So there's nothing you need, nothing you want, just a bunch of enemies. So we're going to come up here. That noise, however, that is someone we want. And we've heard that before. Oh, he's stuck over there. Come on. Yay. So, you don't actually need to watch him die. He will just die. And you'll know when it's worked because you will suddenly get all the glittering prizes. Now we're going to kill our way across this bridge. So what's in this bridge are a bunch of giants. And remember, with giants, the way to pull them down is a charged R2. Make sure you got your axe talisman on and you should be fine. I'm going to put this on just to make our life a little easier. And you can see the first... Whoa! They're already awake. Alright, I was hoping that they wouldn't all be awake. Wow, all three are awake. Okay, that's rare. I'm not sure why all three are awake. Oh, one more. Really? Yeah, got him. Now all I need is to be on the other side of him and come in here and do... Ah, you mongrel! Ah, this is unfair. Okay, wait a minute. Alright, now we can. So what's actually happening here in the middle of all this confusion is that the arrow guy is hitting his friends as well as us. And that's going to work for us, because now we can just go kill arrow guy. What you want to do is you want to put some of these pylons in between you and arrow guy. I'm not even looking behind me to see if those guys dropped anything. Yeah, they did. We will go back for it, but I want to kill arrow guy first. Come down to this pylon. Now, usually you only get them one at a time, so I'm quite surprised that... There we are. So it's taking 3 charged R2s. But once you've done that, let's go back up and grab our... And you can't ride torrent here, so you just got to run. But I do want to go and see what they've dropped, because they've either dropped the halberd, which is a fantastic weapon, and this is where you farm it, or they've dropped the golem greatbow, which is a fantastic weapon, and this is where you farm it. So I want to show you both of those things. Macbeth would never leave quality stuff sitting on the battlefield. Here's the halberd. It's a colossal weapon, but looks pretty cool. And it has the usual colossal weapon moveset, R1. And the R2 is the spin. The rolling R1, we can barely lift it. Okay, it's very heavy, we're not going to try. Alright, so now you've picked up Somber 6 and Beast Blood and a few things from that lion that we rotted. Oh, this guy dropped something as well. We might get the great bow if we're really lucky. Or maybe just an arrow. Let's have a look. What have you dropped for us? Ah, just an arrow. Okay. So you can farm them for the great bows, the great arrows, and the halberds. You can't get any of their armor or anything like that. But what we're doing now is pushing the game forward by collecting our great runes. So great runes are what it's all about. There's nothing down there apart from birds. If you want to farm bird feathers, that's all that's on this little bridge. So this is the Divine Tower of Limgrave. Whenever you take out a boss and get a great rune, you get access to a Divine Tower. So big lift. We're looking pretty good. I still think, yeah, I like the hat. It doesn't really match everything else though. Does look suitably crowny though. I think later we just need an actual crown. Macbeth would wear the crown. Although early on, he's just going to wear, and that is, you know, looks like a pretty traditional Scottish, except for the dragon on the top. Alright, so I'm going to show you something here to see what it is we're achieving, right? So first of all, if you have a look at your normal list of stuff, right, that's what you can do. We're going to make it morning. So that's your normal list of stuff. But when we come in here, we can grab the, we've got those weird finger things there, but now we can grab the Great Rune. And that's Godric's Great Rune. There's Great Rune for all of them, but that's the Godric one. And this is why they've put the grace here, so you can actually immediately do something with it. And now when we rest, we've got a Great Runes tab. So we can come in here and we can put our Great Rune in. Now what this does is it raises all of your attributes, but it's not turned on, right? So you can see that there are my attributes, not turned on yet. But if I eat one of these, it'll add 5 to all of my attributes. Right? I'm not going to waste them because we don't need to at the moment, but that's what that does. So we've got our Great Rune. We've taken out everything in this area here. We're now going to go and get you the world's best upgrade mats. So we talked about that. So we're going to come to the Smouldering Wall. Now this area is a bit yucky. However, it is going to give you a really useful talisman. So we're going to do it. So we're going due east. Now in this area what you want is Flame Cleanse Me. Run past these guys. They are alive. That will follow you, so run past it. Coming through here, across the branch, into this cave. Keep running because you can see my stamina is still going down, which means the enemies are still chasing me. So we're going to grab this, and then we're actually going to rest at this. All right, a couple of things you need for this area. First of all, it's covered in rot. So you're going to need some kukri. I would also make sure that you've got... we're not actually going to use rot, so I'd put Blessed Dew on so that you can actually be, collecting a bit of health while you're down here. Let's see. That'll do. And the way this place works is like the Fire Swamp, but with rot. So pops a couple of times, pop, and then blows up. So initially, stand on the rock if you can, wait for it to blow up, and then we're going to roll through it, because that's quicker. And we're going to put the rod out, and we're going to grab these little butterflies. That we don't need, not worth dying for, so we're going to come around to the right. If we jump up, you can see that we didn't die. Now I'm hitting R3 a lot, and down here to the right, you're going to want to throw your kukris at this guy. Now these enemies that are inside this place suck. They throw... they're going to throw poison at you with their staves, but the poison is a particularly nasty kind. Now we want to go over there and grab that. So just try and grab it. Oh. And then coming back out where the guy was. And if you're quickish, you don't get rotted. So we didn't get rotted then. So I'm feeling pretty good. However, it seems as though I've got enemies up there. Now the good thing about us throwing these is that we didn't even see what it is we killed, but those guys, that was one of those enemies. It was this guy here. He was going to start flinging poison stuff at you, which sucks. So again, we've got more rats down here. And down there we got a big one. So we're going to kill the big one. Now, here, we want to use up one of them. The trick in here is to go around to the right and up top as quickly as possible, because there are dudes up there throwing bad poison. So forget everything down here, running around to the right, and if it works, you get caught. You want to run through here and make sure all that stupid poison just buggers off. Alright, so... Alright, so we're doing pretty well. Now, these guys are weak to fire bombs. So we don't actually have many fire bombs, but we'll chuck a couple. And you only get to make bombs if you have pots. So I'm going to throw one pot, 2 pots, and chuck a bit of this at it. And you can see we're doing next to no damage, right? So what we're going to do is we are doing a smash and grab. We want to grab all those butterflies. So racing down, you are going to get poisoned. That's okay. But we want all these butterflies because we are going to use them to make rot arrows. And we are going to use those rot arrows to kill a very powerful enemy from a distance, cheesily, because Macbeth is a dishonest man. Back up here again, and clean your rot. And now we are boss time. So I'm putting that on now so that it can actually re-heal me. I'm taking off all of my... I'm taking off the things like kukri and bombs, because if I leave them on, there's a very good chance that my mimic will try and use them, and I don't want my mimic to try and use them. So remember, when you use your mimic, it actually takes health, right? So it drains health. So that's why I'm letting my health pick right back up again, because I'm going to have to, as soon as I use my mimic, reclaim my health. Now in here, we have a clean rot knight. This guy's going to run straight at you with a charge. So if you're lucky, you can get a backstab off. There's two of them. Right, we've got the first one down. That's great. Oh, we got him. Nice. Now for that, we didn't even get rotted. You get the gold scarab. So because we've cleared out the area, you can now warp out of it, straight out of it. So I'm going to show you, and I'll fast forward through this. But here, we've now got world's best smash and grab. So first of all, let's have a look what happens if I shoot the bird, but I've only got normal. It's gonna, it makes a little noise. It's gonna give me 11,038. But if I put the gold scarab on, instead of 11,038, $13,000. So it's giving me another 2,500 just because I used that. Right. So now what I want to do is, first of all, I've got a couple of thousand. I've got 20,000 that I just earned there that's not going into levels. So I like to spend this stuff and make sure I'm not actually upgrading levels using that. So let's come in here, see what I need. See if there's anything I can actually buy. I need a 4. And what do I need over here for the clay?
I took you no matter to lay out your arm.
I need 4 smithing 5s. I don't have any of them. That's okay. Alright. 4 smithing 5s. And we don't have any of them. And there's Encha, so we're going to deal with him in a bit. And there's Nepheli, we'll deal with her in a bit. Small. So we don't have any smithing 5s, right? And I've got 20,000 to spend. So I'm going to grab... let's grab that. And... there you go. So when you offer someone's bell bearing, you can have a look and you can buy the things that he sells. So in our case, we can buy Holy Order stuff, but we are about as far away from Holy as it's possible to be. So now we've got 24. What's that going to get us? Oh yeah, that'll get us a level. So we're lifting strength to 20, and the next thing we're going to get is faith up to 20. Now we need a bit of weight reduction. So to get weight reduction, should we talk to Nepheli? She's right here. She's right here. She's just there. All right. Chat to Nepheli. Say hello. Move her along.
You again. I thought you'd receive a summons to the round table. Nif, I'm glad to see you here. I have something for you. I found it in Godric's grafting room. You defeated him. Make good use of it. I don't intend to make it.
She gives you the Arsenal charm.
Ah, yes. I wonder if you've met my foster father. He's in his study. The room Encher's guarding just over there. If you haven't already, Father is leader of the round table. I'm sure talking to him will be worth your while. It's about time I'll see you again.
So, chatting to her, you get the Arsenal charm. Now, the Arsenal charm is the thing that we're going to go and get a bigger one of. So what this does is it changes your equipment load. So if my current equipment load is 64.1, now it's 73.7. That means I can wear more heavy stuff, right? So I can take on heavier gloves, and it's going to take my armor up. But you know what? That's okay. So I could wear the twinned armor, but I don't like the look of it, and we're not going to wear it. And I could wear the twinned greaves, but yeah, again, fashion souls. There's Encher. We've chatted to Gideon.
Journey to the capital, Leyndell, to the east of the Altus Plateau, at the foot of the Erdtree.
No.
You may be our best.
Ask him about his daughter.
I understand you've been speaking to Nepheli. She's my daughter. I took her in when she lost the guidance of grace. Though a mere axe-wielding barbarian, her youthful credulity suited my purposes.
Oh,
so I
dear.
put her to work.
Oh, Gideon.
Do not hesitate to employ her. Should her services benefit you, despite her looks, she is more than capable in the press of battle.
So, Gideon is not Father of the Year. But, okay, thanks, Gids. And down here, I saw a red guy. Because we've gone up and we've touched the other parts of the game, you've accessed this Dung Eater quest.
I asked you not to disturb me. Be thankful of it is all the key.
But also, they know about him. And they know he's evil and bad and wrong, because if we come over and talk to Roderica, she warns us.
Greetings. Are you here for Spirit? I need to warn you about something. A little while ago, someone started lurking in the wind. I can hear the howling and wailing of spirits in fear of a curse. A plethora of spirits in an unceasing cacophony. I can't even imagine how much suffering inflicted to who knows how many souls. Not even the grafting caused anything like this to happen. You should keep your distance. I know you're strong, but please.
All right. So the last thing I want to show you before we finish up this episode is this mirror. You can use it to change everything about yourself. You can change your name. You can change all the aspects. You can change your gender. You can change everything. And if you do make a change, it keeps it and it saves it and it's all good. So, what I'm going to do before the next episode is go to the birds, farm up some stuff, and I'm going to go on a mad shopping run. So I'm going to go to all the merchants that we've picked up so far. But before we do, I want to highlight just a couple more merchants so you know where they are. And I'm going to go to all those merchants and buy up all their junk. Like I'm going to buy up the stone sword keys, and I'm going to buy up, little bits and bobs. Because I really have no intention of, you know, playing for hours so I can buy a stone sword key, so I can, you know, get into an area and try and remember which area it was, etc., etc. So no. Okay, we're going up here. Don't worry about the dragons. Do worry about the doggies. There's some doggies. Sup, dogs? So you can go through this area if you want, but we're coming over here and we're jumping the gap. And hopefully the dogs won't follow. Yay. Straight ahead, there's Grace. Grab the Grace. This is Grey Owl's Dragon Burrow. We're basically coming at an area that we've been to before, but just from a different angle. Going to keep going, because what we're doing here is we're picking up stuff. So straight northeast, there's going to be one of the things on a ball. You can see him over there. You want to get this one because it's a Somber 8. So super useful for later on upgrade materials. Oh, come on. That's not fair. Whoa. That one blows up. Tuck around left. Near that dragon. We're going to go there, but we're going to tuck around here first. And down here. And round to your left. And down the bottom, north. Underneath the tower. That tower, we're going to go in there. I hate it. It's all very parkoury, but we will go in there. But we're going to go in there much later, when we're a lot stronger. Grabbing there, we got a Somber 9. So we just picked up a Somber 8 and a Somber 9. We will head down, and I'll show you how to get some Somber 7s. So that actually, very early in the game, if you had a Somber weapon, like if you wanted to hang on to, I don't know, the Blood Flame Blade or anything like that, you can get it to plus 10 really early. I'm going to grab that. And now we're coming up to here. Now this is Trixie. You're going to see there's a little hut, but doggies everywhere. Actually, did we buy? We may well have bought. Did we buy? Did we buy? Did we buy? Did we buy? No, we didn't buy. There is a torch that you can get called the Beast Repellent Torch, which does precisely that. We can buy it from the guy from the merchant who's up here, but that might kind of be a little bit too late. Try and give him a little bit of a wide berth. They are going to follow you, but it's a matter of, can you make it to the Grace before the doggies eat your face? Yes, Macbeth is a master horseman. Done. Rest when you're here because the doggies are following you. We got that one. And the last one I want to grab, we perhaps have already got it, is just about there. So come to the Saints Bridge. We're going to cross the Saints Bridge, and there's a merchant there. As soon as I get that merchant, we'll leave this episode. So coming straight across here, past that guy. And grab the one. It's unlikely that he's going to follow you. If he does, kill him. But we'll say hi to this merchant.
Are you here as a...
Okay.
Nothing to...
So we'll leave it here and pick it up here next time when we've done a bit of shopping. See ya!